Hey everybody, welcome back to Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. I hope you're having a sweet day today. Picking up very close to where we left off. And check out this bus. It is on an asphalt road, and yet it is traveling 29 kilometers per hour. When the maximum speed for this bus is 75 kilometers per hour. Now, why in the world would it be traveling way slower than its maximum speed on a road that allows it to go its maximum speed? Well, the answer to this is line spacing. This line, which consists of 7 buses, getting workers to this location. In order to adequately space out the buses, this many buses on this line, the buses need to travel spaced out, and they need to travel equal distances from each other. And since they're unable to do that at maximum speed, they simply slow themselves down. So this bus will travel around 30 kilometers per hour. That's no good. So we want to change that. We change that by implementing bus end stations, which is the next thing on my list. So I'm going to put this here. We're going to go over here, and in the depot section, we're going to look for the big one. Now, I was going to use this one, but I noticed that, pause the game real quick. Research is done. That is the prefab construction. We're going to talk about that today too. But before I get into that, let's go into durable prefab panels. There we go. Okay, so what I want to do here, right, is I want to create a bus end station. It's in the depot section. And instead of a road vehicles depot, use an end station. This one that I was going to use, it's got the dedicated in and out. That seems great, but there's only 4 parking spots. I was kind of hoping to have more buses parked here, potentially, which is right in range of repair. And I like the idea of that being the case. We can also add fuel to these end stations, which means that the buses never need to go to a dedicated gas station to get fuel. As long as the end station is part of their route, they can also refuel there too. This will keep them out of the bus queues, or out of the queues for the gas stations. So I'm going to put this right up against here, and it's going to be the one that has only one entrance and exit, unfortunately, because that's just the way it's going to be. I'm going to put this as close as I can over here. Right about there should be fine. The hope is by putting it really close, I might be able to use a factory connection over there. Okay, so this bus end station is like this. Now, to get this connected to the road, we're going to finally use, just because I can. I don't have to use it, but we're going to use it just because I can. As soon as I can get this bus off of the track. And right about now, I should be able to get rid of this. There we go. All right. So I want to place a road. I think right about here should be fine. We'll go up, let's say here. And hit F4 to take off the snapping. And we're going to put a little road like this, right about there. Then we're going to use, for the first time, the 1-lane road. Now, the 1-lane road can connect to the middle, or it can connect to each individual lane. And it's the lane that I want to connect to. So I'm going to click on this side to snap it to this side. And if you're having a hard time doing that, turn on F4. So you see the check mark in the bottom left, bottom right corner down here? This mode, hitting F4, that near snap, it changes how this tool behaves. So if it's only connecting to the middle, it's probably because you have snapping turned off. So turn it on, and now you can connect to the sides instead. So we'll have this right here come out from this lane, and we're going to go to about here and then turn in on the right side of this entrance. Okay? And then we're going to take another one, and we're going to wrap it all the way around, and it doesn't look like it's going to let me. Oh, are we? No, we are. We can do this. Yes, we can right there. We're going to use these 2 separator roads. Now, what I'm hoping happens here is that this creates better traffic flow in and out of here. I have no idea if that's the case. And I practically don't, I don't practically know why it would. But it gives me just this little extra bit here, and I wanted to try out this road tool because we're going to be using this a lot. We're going to be using this all over the place. And I thought it would be an interesting place to try out this tool. So in order to get both of these 1-lane roads to connect to one point here on this road, we're going to do it this way. Okay, so there we go. That takes care of this thing, provided, of course, we can get all of the stuff built. So we have to add this as a build here, and then we'll start building this bus route. Because at the moment, we just have buses traveling super slow because they just have nowhere else to be, man. And I'm also noticing they're heading back to the platform with workers on board. Why in the world would you be doing this at this stop? There's no way that we are... Holy crap, we're full. It's like, there's no way we're full. Yes. Yeah, actually, we kind of are, looks like. How about that? Wow, how about that? Let's change this to 45 workers in here. Full 80 people in here? For real? We don't have any fabric left for that. We've like exhausted all the fabric we could possibly get with that. So I gotta upgrade this. Let's go 60 here. I had no idea that many clothing makers was here. But that's amazing. Yeah, I can't wait to use it. That would be great. It's probably got so many people on that route that we don't have enough on coal. I think I should get another bus on coal, actually. Let me find that bus stop, which is right over here. There it is. Get all the vehicles. So there's 4 buses on this route currently. I'm going to take one of the buses that are on this other route. Yeah, to this stop. And I'm going to have you redirect yourself onto the coal line instead. You are? Oh, this one. Yeah. I might have you redirect onto the coal line instead so we can get more people over there. Yeah, let's do that right there. So that takes this bus off of it. And you should have turned, but I guess you just felt like you didn't have to. That's fine. That's fine. Anyway, that will speed up the work. That'll speed up the buses that are headed over here now too. They should be able to travel a little bit faster. Although you can see 29 kilometers per hour is what they've decided to travel, right? But they should be able to travel faster now, just a hair. When we get a bus end station, instead of traveling slower to properly space out, what they'll do is they'll travel their full speed. But they'll stop at this bus station here, and they'll wait a period of time that they choose in order to be properly spaced out to pick up people. And that means you're going to have more buses than necessary on a line. But this has become necessary in this game because of vehicle repairs. If you're going to have vehicles being repaired, then that vehicle is going to sit here until it's repaired. That means other vehicles need to take its place in the line to keep the line moving. So you're going to want to have more buses than you need on the line so that they can stop and refuel, they can stop and get repaired. And so if I have 5 buses on the line, they're running around, but one of them needs repaired, they're stopping here. Usually they stop here. Maybe they wait 45 seconds or so. Another bus shows up 20 seconds later, and now there's 2 buses waiting, and then one takes off, right? Maybe that's the loop. Well, instead of the one that needs repaired taking off, the other one waits a shorter time and then takes off. And that way they're still in the loop. That's how that works. Okay? So we'll see how that works in a bit when they're done building this stuff, which I'm going to make a higher priority because I want that done. Okay. Let's talk about prefab panels first. I think prefab panels is something we should definitely do. So, this building, the prefab panels factory, this building is going to go right over here. And there should be, there it is. Yep. There should be a very easy way to get this connected to both sources, just like that. Yep. And what I'm hoping to do here is find a place relatively close, because I need this to get in range of, and I'm hoping I can get that to be, you know what I need here? You know what I need here? I need this. Hang on. Let's swap this out really quick. Okay. I need the other one. All right. The other one. This one. Flipped over like this. This is what I need. Now I can have that path lifted up. And with that lifted up, I can now go and do... yeah, something more like this. What I'm hoping for is a road needs to go underneath that gravel conveyor. And while it was too low, I felt like I couldn't get the road under there. So we're going to do something more like this. So if I can get you in very close, let's say right about here. Yeah. Yeah, like about like this, let's say. Trying to find that pinpointed spot where I want it. All right. So that is going to be where prefab panels is. There's a couple of things we need to check on its positioning to make sure it works for. The first is whether or not the bus stop can service that building, because that's what I want to have happen. The other thing I needed to figure out is whether or not it has any service with water, which that one's clearly not going to happen. But we do have a sewage tank here, which I think reaches it. Yep, good. So sewage coverage is done for that. Actually, speaking of water really quick. Oh, I just wanted to show you. This road is still going, right? We did this. Not much time has passed since the last video, right? We're going to, real quick, go underground. And I'm actually going to take this project away. There's already 67 tons of gravel and 66.9 tons of boards. I'm just going to cancel the construction on that for now. I'm not going to completely remove it because those resources are technically delivered, but I don't want them to bring steel for that yet. I am so far content with this building being served by just a water truck. There's not as many people in here. Like, there's not very many people in here, right? So I think that's fine. We're going to limit the workforce in this building to 50. So we'd never have more than necessary getting on a bus to come to the coal, okay? All right. We got that done. While we're doing that, too, there was one more building I did want to place, and that is alcohol. So we're not getting alcohol delivered here, and because we have we're very limited in our distribution office, I'm finding that the covered hall, we only have one left over here, which is probably why, but I'm finding that the covered hall is just inadequate at doing its job at this scale. So I really need another distribution office, so I'm hoping that research is getting close. Research, 41%. Okay. I gotta hope. All right. I gotta cross my fingers and hope is what I gotta do. In the meantime, though, I think we can probably just produce our own. All right. There's not that many crops being delivered here, but we are getting a pretty steady stream of crops coming in, usually. Although this one here is kind of wasting its time. Are you the only one on this route? Yeah, I'm changing this. You are going to the border instead. Let's have you go to this border instead of the farm, and you're going to load crops from there, okay? And you're going to probably just go to that spot anyway because you don't have anything on you. So turn around right now and do that. Okay. So what I want, though, is eventually crops are going to be delivered here. And I need an easy way for us to grab crops, make alcohol, and then give the alcohol into the warehouse so it can be accessible. Well, right here is a perfect spot to do that. So we're going to go to the food and alcohol, go to alcohol distillery, and I'm thinking I just placed this building right here. I don't see any real major problem with it being located in this spot. And we can tap into that factory connection that's right there. And so I can just put you about here. Now, you might say, how are workers getting here? See that bus stop right there that's going to the refinery? Okay, so it's in range. Cool, right? Okay, so we're going to say right there is where that distillery goes, and then the factory connection goes like that. It's a two-way factory connection because we want to pull crops out and send alcohol back. Okay, that's pretty good. The other thing is this one can be a one-way, I suppose. That in that direction. Yep. This is going to take a long time to build because there's just a lot of resources here. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. And there's a lot of constructions here that I should probably just turn off. I would like to get to the point where we can just have our construction offices on auto search. I would very much like that. I would like that much more than what I currently have going on. So I'm going to look to, you can see this right here. They've done a lot of walking paths, a lot of roads. All that stuff has been done before because the road crews have been coming over here on auto search and doing it, right? So I'm just going to turn off all the roads right now so that they don't do them anymore. That's just holding this little, batch suspend construction and doing that, okay? Now, a lot of the buildings should be this way too. I'm not sure if they are off or on. They should be off. Yeah, they're all off. Okay, so we're not going to see any of these buildings being made. That's perfect. So this city right here is kind of on standby. I believe most of the construction projects I have going are going to be, not this one because I just made this, but I think most of them are suspended at the moment. And so we're going to want to suspend anything that we don't want to make right now because I got to push fuel. So I'm just going to look to suspend. Yeah, again, just going to look to suspend all of it, okay? So all of this gets suspended. We're not doing it, okay? Next, I think I'll switch you to auto search, because you could be delivering gravel and stuff right now, right? So I'll do that. I don't want you to do any roads or footpaths or factory connections. And I don't want you to do... I just pulled them back, didn't I? That was a mistake. I pulled them back like this. And let's go electric wiring. Yeah, this is probably fine. And then go 3,000. Okay. So both of our offices now are on auto search. All right? So they both should be springing to life with all sorts of different projects to do, and delivering resources wherever they belong is where they should be doing. And they should be doing this based on prioritization. This is a high priority, so they should be doing this first. This tank here is going to be a high priority as well. And if we can just get that connected to a road, I'm going to come from this side right now. It's not going to stay this way forever, but I'm going to do it so that I can get this tank starting to be built, but not do it on this road, because I really want to remake this road, right? So here we go, get rid of that. And this looks pretty solid. Kind of want to delete this. And I figured out how to do it before. I just go into the cancel road tool, and instead of clicking, I just drag. I didn't know how to do that. The entire stream series, I was like, oh man, I can't get rid of those tiny segments between roads, because it'll delete both of them. Oh, I don't want to do that. Well, you just hold down and drag, and it'll get rid of it. I think that's everything I wanted to cover regarding alcohol and whatever I wanted to cover. Oh, okay, so prefab panels. Here we are. So we also need storage for this. And the storage for this is a little bit tricky, because I actually want rail access to this storage that's going to be on this. And I want that rail to be able to deliver it to this location, as well as deliver it to my rail construction office. So I'm going to use this as an opportunity to give ourselves another track that heads that direction that doesn't go on this line here. So first, let's start out by putting the storage in position. I want general cargo storage, a big one. And we're going to put this kind of back here. It's about where we're going to put this. Should be about there, should be good, I think. If I can turn it, I prefer it to be facing like this, but I may not have a choice here. Let's see. If I do this, can I do this? Yes. Okay. Excellent. Then the road needs to come out, and that is possible. Very cool. And then we'll end up hooking up to the road that we're going to have connected over here, which is now possible. So this is done now. Fantastic. So we're going to lay a road like this and a road like this. We're going to go like that. Oh, come on now. Don't be that way. Surely you jest. I thought for sure I'd be able to get one out of there. I didn't want it to be like this. This is too... it's too straight on. I didn't want it to be like that, but... I think there's another way to connect that. I feel like there's got to be another way to connect that. Maybe I just have to be a little bit over, like on this side, like this. You really won't let me connect to this, that little point, huh? That's so strange. Huh. Now you will. And I didn't even do the F... I mean, I could have done F4 this whole time, I suppose. Like, F4 would have fixed that, but... I just sort of wanted it to work differently, I guess. I wanted you to work the way I want you to work, not the way you want to work. All right, so we'll go ahead and do that. That's much better. That's what I wanted. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to come up, and we're going to come out a little bit, and then we're going to wrap around like this. Okay, and then we're going to come right back over like so. And it doesn't actually give me the whole teardrop look that I was looking for here, but I might be able to tweak this. Oh, that's not what I want to do. I might be able to tweak this to give me the teardrop that I seek. So if I was to come out like this and just over, that's encroaching on the helicopter pad. All right, well, it's close enough. It's close enough. We'll have this road connect there. Okay. And then all of these roads need to get together. So we're going to have these two connect like that. This one is going to come out a little bit and then connect like that. And then from this point, we're going to come out this way and then connect up to the road like so. So that gives us connections for everything. And of course, this is a one-way street that just goes up and around, and that's it. Very easy, right? And not crossing, not allowed. That is a connection for this. That's a walking path connection for that sewage. I don't need that. Let's get rid of that for a second. Go straight to. I want to go straight. That's good enough. Fine. I'll have you connected there instead. All right. And then over here, I want roads as well. I'm kind of thinking we use this one-way street idea that it's got going. And so I'm thinking if I come in from this side and leave out this way, right? So leave going that way. But enter, well, I could enter from this way, I guess. That would be probably better to enter from this way instead of here, because otherwise they're going to have to come around. Like if they come from this side, they'll have to come around this and then find a turn around here, and that's a little bit less efficient. So I kind of wanted to go around that way, but it isn't going to happen. So, all right, fair enough. We'll just get rid of this, and we'll hook it up to there. So that'll be our connection points for all of that. All right, factory connections. Let's submit this. Now, the next thing I need is I need this to be walkable from this bus stop. Now, I think I've spaced this out correctly, because if I take this from this point and I go to here, right, we can see it's 343 meters as the crow flies. If I alter this to be over at this point here, right, I mean, that's pretty much still well within the 400 meters that we're looking to get within, right? We've got a lot of room to play with there. So I think what we can do is we can come over to the pedestrian underpass, and I think we can place this. I want it to go into that spot right there. So I think I can place this right here. And what I'm hoping for is I can get this to be a connection to this building as well. But it looks like the walking paths are way back here, so I doubt that will be possible. But if it is possible, I'd like to do it. So we're going to say that you come in right about here, let's say. And then the tunnel from underneath comes from this point to there. Very straight line. I need to be very straight. This is straight enough. Yeah, I just need less distance. So 284 meters long is fine with me. Mark. And then we need this walking path. We'll do gravel for now to bring up this way, connect like that. And then you're going to come all the way up this way and connect like that. Now, I have no idea. I'm going to guess probably not. But maybe this bus can get all the way to here. I don't know. Guess we'll see. We'll see by, I guess, clicking it and going like this. And what do you know? Well, okay, so here's the thing. It is getting to the bus stop from the other side, so that doesn't matter. Yeah, so it's already doing it. So this is pointless. We don't need this. I don't know why I've forgotten it's on the other side. Here's this, and like that. All right. With that in there, are you walkable? Beautiful. 375 meters, well within the limits that we needed. Perfect. So as long as that tunnel gets built, we should be A-okay and ready to rock and roll. Okay? Now, in order to build this, we have to have a dirt walking path. We have to have something that accesses this. Otherwise, they won't build this. So I need to have this little dirt path come in and connect there. Now, it's going to separate this into two segments, which isn't great, but it'll build it. And that's all that matters. Okay, so we should have auto searches on all of our construction projects now. We shouldn't need to babysit them anymore. We have these guys, which are bringing brick wherever it's needed, right? So you don't have to babysit them anymore. What's next? Let me see my road over here. Is this done yet? Not even a little bit. 9 work days remaining. I need to have everybody focused on just get this done, please. All right, make sure that's on there. Because I mean, 30 kilometers per hour is kicking my ass, right? I don't want that to be a thing, especially since it's holding up traffic everywhere. Look at this bus. This bus is pathetic. You're pathetic, I say. Pathetic. You're slowing down to 33. Why? Don't do that. There you go. No, don't do this. Because of spacing. One of the buses had to get some fuel, so it's had to adjust itself, right? Okay, next thing to do, I guess, would be water for prefab. So let's take a look at water for this. And obviously we want drinking water for both of these structures, and so I see no reason not to maybe bring it in here a little bit further, possibly even right in here where it can be accessed by anything we have over here, which would be kind of cool. So you're now accessible water. I think actually here is fine, because getting this access to water too. If we do anything back here, which we most likely won't, but if we do anything back here, we'll have water there too. So let's go ahead and put the water connection in a very expensive spot. So put it over here like this. I think that's a pretty expensive spot. We're gonna make it work. I want a buffer though. So we're gonna take a small water tower. I'm gonna place a small water tower, I think right here in the center of this would be okay. I can also bring it back here. There's only one connection though, so I think I'm gonna bring it over here, a water tower right here. And we'll have that connected on that side. That's fine. Yeah, right about like this. Little water tower. Then, underground. The reason why I built this with so many pumps and stuff is so I have lots of different connection points. So, I've got connection points. Now, the concrete building is going to use, it says 85. Where is it? Here. It's going to use 85 cubic meters of water. Now, this is at maximum production all day. The thing is, this building is never going to do that. It makes the product on demand when the trucks need it. So it's never going to be running 100% of the day. Probably less than half the day unless we're building big projects and stuff, big buildings. So we don't need to provide that much water to it. The water tower is going to give us a buffer of 70 cubic meters of water. It's more than enough to settle all that. To refill that buffer, though, I think it's probably a good idea to have a medium pipe. I was looking at this as a medium pipe that I could tap into, but I don't think I'm going to use this. I think I need something else for this. Also, it's important to know the water supply that this requires for industry purposes is not the clean water. That's the dirty water. And so I'm actually going to move this. This actually doesn't need to be here. I had forgotten about that. We don't need this here. Instead, where we need it is over here. So I'm going to place this here instead. What I'm hoping for is a simple buffer zone for the purposes of feeding this thing water. So we have a simple buffer zone right here with a dirt walking path. Medium is fine. Okay. Now what we're going to do, the medium water pipe can handle 56.55 cubic meters of water. The medium pipe is what I want then. So we're going to take the medium pipe from this one. This is where our industry water is. And what I want to do is, let's turn off the snapping. We're going to dip this a little bit lower. We can get underneath these pipes. Here we go. And what I want to do is bring this like so. Like that. Okay. And then this medium pipe here feeds this. Okay. That hooks up industry water. Drinking water, well, that's a smaller pipe, and we can come off of one of these connections for this. So right now we've got that pipe heading all the way up to coal. And again, I might rebuild that or rethink that pipe. But for now, I'm going to take this source here, dip it low, and then we'll pick it up slow right there. And head it all the way over. I'm pretty sure this was a small pipe, right? I'm not doing the big one here. This is the This is a small one. No, it's a medium one. I don't need the medium one. Let's not do this more expensive than necessary. Dip it low. And then bring it up to there. All right. So that gives us connections to drinking water over at concrete. So it's already taken care of. Sewage is already taken care of there. Heat will not be required for any of these buildings. So that's excellent. And I think that's kind of it. So we've done the water supply. That's on my list. Check. Prefab placement. Let's do the rail. So the rail, it's coming in through here. Right now, what I want to have happen with this is I'm looking to go across this and then wrap over into an intersection that's off of these two tracks. So any train that needs to pass through here that is not going that direction, they may choose to use the other tracks if they'd like, because this intersection is only going to affect these two tracks. So what I'm thinking is I come in from about maybe here with this. Can I? Yep. This is probably fine. And then what we'll do is I'll reach out here, and I'm thinking maybe I go a little bit closer. Should I be out this far? I don't know if we're going to put anything out. I might put more construction offices and stuff here, but I don't know. I think maybe I go a little bit closer here. Back this up and go about here with it. Then I can connect you like this around that demolitions office. Okay. There we go, like that. And then on this side, we would go maybe from here over about like that. And then over like so. So that gives us our intersection, and it only happens on these two tracks, okay? Then I'm going to bring this track around across this point right here. Okay, right about there. Should be good. All right. This one comes through. Now the power lines are kind of in the way. I didn't stagger them well. My original idea was to stagger these poles so that they were all the same length so that I could get the rail through there later. But the lower voltage, the lower wattage ones, whatever you want to call them, the smaller poles, they need to be more spaced. I mean, yeah, I could do the whole like dirt road thing, but whatever. I'm not going to game the system like that. I'm going to do it the way the game wants. So first off, I need another loan. So let's go in and do that. We're at under 2.2 now. That's at least good. We're getting there. I'm going to borrow another 230. Let's go another 300,000 because we're going to need a train too. I need to buy a locomotive and the cars for it and everything to start moving product. So I'm going to need money for that too. So we're going to buy, let's get like 1.3 here. 1.3, right? Like that. Yeah. And then we'll get rid of this one. So 1050428. There we go. Now we're at just under 2.5. That's going up. So is our budget. I think our budget's going up a little bit too here. So what I want to do is have this route, this rail is going to come over like this, and we're going to hook it up like this. Okay, that's acceptable. And then from here, we're going to wrap through, and we're going to have you measure this out real quick. This is a distribution office thing, so we just need to keep it under 155. So it's going to come out about like this, and then it comes to about here. So this is around 155 here. Okay, so assuming we do that, I can pull this track back to about here, and then have you stop there. This should be enough room for a maximum length train to stop in here, pick up goods, and come back this way if it wants to. And then any other train that's going to stop would end up stopping here, which is, I believe, 155. If I stopped it here, it would be, should be pretty close to that 155 limit I wanted. So they might stretch into this road a little bit. Didn't quite get the spacing I wanted. I can get it if I go a little bit wider with the track, and I think it's worth doing that to ensure that I don't have any traffic backups. So I'm going to go a little bit wider with this track. So we're going to head straight this way instead. Okay, and then we'll wrap around from here. Right, like that. Okay. And then we'll figure out where we want to pull that track later. So we'll go like this. And then at 155. Where's it? 155. Right about. Yeah, this is much better. This will work much better. So we'll just bring this back a little bit and then connect it like so. That gives me what I want. Okay. And that's more than enough to get out of the way here. So that's great too. We'll get rid of these little connection points here. These, excuse me. Can I help you? Yeah, okay, sure. I guess. I'm not sure why that's required, but all right. Weird. I mean, when you guys go to build this track, I want it to be all one project, so that's why I'm doing it this way. There it goes. That's a little weird. I'm not sure why it did that. Anyway, so that's the rail as it's going to come in here. That's going to allow it to get the prefabs and get to the station to drop them off. Fantastic. However, I also want to bring them over here. Now, I don't currently have any rail coming this way, and I haven't laid it out yet because I wasn't quite sure how it was coming into this area. Because I also wanted to pick up the bricks and stuff too, right? There's a rail here too. So you can see the train would end up coming this way as well. Wrapping around through this area here like so, and then heading out that way to wherever it's going to go, okay? So there's a rail possibility here too. What I would like to see though is us to get a cargo station here to deliver goods for the track builder. So for this, we're going to take a cargo train station and we're going to position this so that it can get those factory connections, one on this side and one on this side. So we're going to say right about here should work. I believe right about there is where I want this. The solution is to take a small storage. We're going to put this right here. Hope that this fits. It says it's too long, which is bullshit. Total BS, man. Complete and utter baloney. Try this. There you go. All right. So that's our flat storage, which is going to replace this one. This one's going to go away. We're going to break that down. This is going to replace it. Okay. I could leave it. Unless it's in the way of something, I might as well leave it because it's going to let trucks deliver stuff. But trucks really shouldn't have to deliver anything once this is done. But it's an option. Trucks can also, you know, deliver right here as well. So, like, maybe it is pointless. I just wanted the extra storage of steel because you can't store, you know, like more than 125 tons is what I had. But I had extra steel in this, and so I wanted, you know, building lots of tracks. All right, and then over here, to deliver, this is going to take care of the steel and prefab panels that we're going to deliver. That's okay, but, and then the gravel is being directly fed. There's still electrical components. As we level up our track, we're going to need electrical components to make for electrified trains. So, we're going to need another warehouse. We're going to use the really small one. And this little small warehouse is going to go, I think probably just like this. Yeah, right about here. Maybe put the road on the other side. Just like that. I'm okay with that. So that is our solution for getting this in here, all right? So how do you get this track integrated with that track and over here and all this stuff, right? Well, I left a gap a gap for a rail. You can kind of see it. There's a gap here. It's going to let a rail through. So let's hit that gap. We're going to go right here and right here. Just enough room for 2 tracks. Isn't it lovely? And we're going to say that this is going to wrap around. I need to get around these power poles, of course. So we're going to say... I wanted to do it like this with 2, but it looks like these are actually too close together for that. So we're going to have to straddle it instead. Which I think is probably fine. So we're going to bring you back a little bit. Yep. And then we're going to have you go up that way through those poles. And then you are going to go out just a little bit more and go through those poles like that. It's not going to look as clean as it could have, but it's still going to work. Maybe. It should work. There we go. That one. And I want to go up. There we go. I want to go up like so. About there. Come on. Don't do that. Come on, game. Maybe I gotta go straight just a little bit longer and then out. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna straddle this one. There we go. And that should take care of that solution. So this track is gonna go over like that. This one is gonna come over and meet up with this fairly cleanly. It takes up a little extra space, but it's a fairly clean curve in, you know, and gets it right there. So there's our track. And of course, obviously you have this too, right? Like that. And then you want to go on this side. We want to go another 155, right? So we say that this from here to here, and then over about like this or so. We'll just say from here, right? And then we do that. Okay. That's close enough. This is more than close enough. So we'll just pull this back and bring this over like so. And there you go. Now we have our beautiful connections all the way out this way with the rail. And then this rail is going to cross right between here. Left a gap again. I didn't leave it quite as open as I wanted, but I left a gap here. And we are going to go up on this. We are going to cross this road above it. So we're going to take you on a journey above this road with a bridge. It goes 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Connected like so. And then you're going to come over. Oh, no. I have to go 4? No, I don't have to go 4. Don't tell me I have to go 4. I don't have to do that. That's fine. 3 is what I wanted. All right. And then you're going to come all the way over here. We're going to start dropping you down. Since this is a walkway, not a road, we can start dropping this down. At least I thought we could. I guess it won't let me. It's a little bit weird. I thought we could do that, but all right. I want this to be straight. That looks pretty straight, right? Yeah, this looks pretty straight. Wow. You really won't let me. I thought for sure I could drop that down to level 2 over a walking path, but it's not going to allow me to do it. Darn. All right, so we'll go here. And then we'll drop it down right about here. Yep. So you go to there. And then all the way down like that. That's going to get us over top of this road, which is our main line to get people to coal and everything. I don't want to get in the way of that. I don't want to have to cross that. I don't want to deal with that with cars. Like, this is going to be a very busy road in the future. I just know it, so I don't want to cross that. Then from here, we need to cut. We need to start curving. We're going to go across about like that. Like that. All right. Next, from over here. Now, I've been kind of waiting to do this because I didn't really know where my pump jacks and stuff were going to be. But now that I know where they're going to be, I need to figure out like how my city's developing to really properly hone in on where this rail is going to be. I need the buildings in place to do that. So for now, I'm just going to bring a track that I want. I'm going to bring a track that goes about like this. About like this. Okay. For the time being, this is how we'll play that. Looks like I could have went a little bit. Ooh, I don't like that at all. Let's bring this closer to the road. We'll say it goes up from here. Okay. And then you're going to come out. Yeah, I think you'll come out from here and then wrap like that. It's probably better. Yep. About there. And then this can all, of course, just connect to that rail wherever it is. So we'll do about like this. We just need to make sure that it doesn't get stopped and obstruct traffic while it stops. Okay. So part of building a really good rail network, right, is always taking in consideration the spacing that a train needs when it's stopped, not when it's moving. I don't want to connect this here because a train that has to wait is going to be in this road, and I don't want that. So to help with that, we're going to have this rail come over and just hook up over here like this instead. I'm going to measure out 155. So that's about like so, right? 158-ish. So this is about where I'd want this. And then that means that if a train has to stop, the back end of it's going to sit right about here, which is what I'm looking for. So we're going to go over and just merge in right like that and right like that. That's a much better merger, all right? Give us some space. This one here is also going to come around, as you know. But this one is a little bit tricky because it's very tight up against this. So I may not actually have the room on this side. That's okay, though, right? We have the basics, right? We just need to find the curve that gets everybody what they want, okay? Just gets everybody happy. So we don't have to be here. There's nothing that says I have to keep this track here. So let's figure out where this wants to be. And if I can get it around right about... like that looks good. Okay, so we're gonna go like this, and we're gonna want to curve you. Okay, now if I want to snake that, that's no good. But if we want to come up, that's much better. I like that much better. Okay, so the track now would come up like say about here. Okay, and then it's gonna curve that way to meet up with that. That's perfectly acceptable. And then you're gonna come out this way. We'll ride right next to you. That's cool. And we'll come out like this and connect in a more straight line like this. I think that's a little too aggressive on that corner. It's a bit much, bit fast for me. But again, we have the connection point. We just have to find our happy place, okay? With all these train tracks. So I'm thinking what I do is I will take this and we'll just go like that now. And like that now. Nope. There we go. No? Really? Angle of connection is too sharp. For real? Okay. Sure. Whatever you say, man. So that gives us our merger and everybody's happy. Okay. Still don't understand that one, but we'll reconnect you, I guess. See that? Oh, see that right there? Like it's not actually... oh, that's weird. So you need to see these points disappear. Because if you don't see the points disappear, then it's the end of the track. You didn't actually connect it. So you gotta... If you're wondering, that's what's happening there. It's getting a little tricky with me. So all these little extra points in the middle here, we need to get rid of these. Make sure that we're actually connected. That looks good to me. All right, all of this stuff is hooked in, looking pretty good. The rail comes through, it connects over here, it's running this direction, which is brilliant. Eventually we will want to go the other way, so let's just leave ourselves an option to do that. That might be tricky too. So I think instead what I'll do, since we need the option to go and through this, right? Again, you can see this mountain is very steep. I think what I'll do here instead is we're going to just do a little terraforming here, little landscaping on this to flatten it out, make it more friendly, maybe deeper in like this. And then I can put an actual junction here, and we'll have a proper junction there fed instead. But ultimately, this is just the planning stages of a rail. We don't need everything to be perfect right now, so we're just kind of lay this in and take this away. And I'll plan on doing more flattening work through this here, right? Already done a little bit here because I was planning on cable cars. And the cable cars are still coming through here too, but I won't know about where the cable cars are going to be until we earn the technology to do that. We have only 60% happiness. I mean, they're starving. Excuse me? Oh my God, you don't have fuel. Oh my God, you don't have... Oh, that is bad. That is a bad thing. Where's my bitumen thing? You. You know what? If you weren't going for fuel right now, I would kiss you. But you're going for fuel. Is there another fuel truck anywhere nearby? Anybody nearby that I can redirect? That is a problem. Tell me my fuel trucks aren't all over here. There's one missing. Where is it? You have fuel? Where are you? You're on your way. Here you are. You're on your way. I need you with all of your fuel to really quickly do this for me. I will return you to your post after this. I'm going to make this your route. You have 11 tons of fuel on board. That's great. We're going to come over to here with that fuel. I want you to unload all of it. Then I want you to return to this post and do nothing. All right? Once you do that. All right? No? You're not going to do that? You're not going to... Why aren't you going to do that for me? Where is it? Right here. I don't understand. Why are you telling me no? Don't tell me no. Don't tell me no. No is not a good thing. All right, fine. Go to here afterwards and unload everything. I don't care. Just go to the place I want you to go. I don't care where you go, man. Just do it. Is that where you're going to the forklift garage? Because, like, we have so much food in here. But the forklift stopped doing their jobs, and everybody's pissed about it. They can't get their meat or anything, right? That's no bueno. No bueno indeed. I'm going to add another forklift here too, just in case. So we have more forklifts available. Spread out that fuel load a little bit more. But this fuel truck that's on its way, if it doesn't break down first, 80% wear. I needed to come over here anyway, to be honest. Like, I need you to come here and do nothing so that you can get repaired. Right? I don't know where you're going. You're supposed to be going to the forklift garage. I have no idea why you are heading this direction, you silly Billy. That may end up not being fast enough anyway. Is there another fuel truck on its way? That's the oil truck. Tell me there's another one on its way. There is. But two of them are on their way anyway. Okay, so you're going to the forklift garage already. Wow, this is 3,700 rubles worth of fuel in one trip. I cannot wait until we can just... We got to build this building, man. This thing's got to get built. The steel has started to get delivered. We also need 49 tons of mechanical components, and we are out of those as well. So I will have to tell my trucks, which I need another one. Let's get the same thing we had before. Covered hull, total capacity. It's this one, and I want it blue, and I want it added to the list right now. I need that vehicle. And then I think I'm going to add another cistern to this as well. Because I'm about to take that cistern off duty, so I want to get another one. Is there a used one in here? Can I have a... No, I cannot. Cannot have it. I can have tram. That's interesting. This thing is... Oh, right. It's not a train. It's a tram. It's not going to help me. Never mind. It's still pretty cool, though. 203 passengers, but it only travels 50 miles, like 50 kilometers per hour. So, yeah. Here's a used EDK 300. Ooh. That's not a bad deal. 84. If these are available as used, I'm going to be a happy camper if we can get those. That's 140 tons, too. So if you can get this to like 60, 70%, I can start buying these things to tear them down, which would be pretty sweet, I think. At the moment, though, I don't think I'm going to be producing enough steel to really warrant having more than just one of these things. But look at this. Oh, it's so close. It's so close. Oh, we should let this run at a faster speed, shouldn't we? So close. Let's come over here really quick. Make sure these things are getting repaired. Yeah, you are, sure. But what about the oil? What about the fuel, you guys? Where is the fuel truck? You got to be kidding me right now. Where is this fuel truck? It takes so long to get here. My goodness. Where's the one I redirected? That should have been here by now. What are you doing? I don't know. I can't tell. I don't know where it went. It's just gone. It's... Where are you? You came here to get rid... Oh, you son of a bee. That's not what you were supposed to do. I'm glad the other one's on its way, because holy moly, this is getting really bad. No food. People are gonna start starving. Come on, let's go. That's just really bad. And this place is gonna be overloaded with shoppers right now because there's food available. They're gonna be overloaded with shoppers for a very long time. We're gonna start losing people. I think probably people will be dying here out of starvation. Wow, of all the things, of all the reasons to lose food, it's so much food just sitting here. So much food just sitting here. But forklifts don't have fuel, so meh. Because I didn't make that road again. You disconnect roads to make them all asphalt and everything, but you got to remember to, put them back. 3 work days. Can we just have people come here? Like, why do we need a construction office? Can't you guys just walk across the street and finish this? Come on now, man. 10 workers can't work because there's no kindergarten. You know what I need to get them to kindergarten? I need a tunnel. Tunneling is always the answer. I need a tunnel. And I think I'm gonna go about here with this. Kind of in the middle, centrally located sort of thing. Right about here. All right. Let's say 1. This tunnel will connect here in the center. Okay, we're gonna have a tunnel come out here. I think is a good idea. About like this. And we'll have another tunnel that comes out maybe over by this bus stop. Or maybe it's better to make this shorter. Like maybe here. Yeah, here. Let's do it like this. All right, and then this can, I think, maybe on this side. Nah, this side's good. I think this can give us that alternative route that I've been needing to get people from this side to this side. If I look at the measurement tool, right? Let's say from there to here. That's only 200. That's like 300 meters. So I mean, they should be able to get to that bus stop with this. Maybe not all of them, but a lot of them could get to this bus stop, which would be pretty cool. So I think that's what I'm going to do here too. I'm going to take a tunnel under the city from there and like that. we're going to have that be a project for people too. So we'll say that, you know, these little tiny paths, I guess, are going to be added to your queues. Starting to think I need more worker buses. I'm believing it anyway. Let's get that done. Get that done. That done. And that done. All right. Did I cover everything I wanted to cover today? I did the rail on this side. It's been an hour, so I'm trying to wrap up right now, okay? Got the rail on this side. Looks good. Got this rail connection over here. Figured out prefabs and how they are going to be arranged. We are still working on getting all the oil refiner and everything going. We figured out that our people are starving and that they lose happiness when they don't have food. Who knew? Since the building is without drinking water, that is still happening. And it's most likely happening because people have stopped working in this building? No. People have stopped working in the well? Yes. Yes, they have. People have stopped working in the well. That's not good. We're going to have to up these numbers. We need more people to work in this well all the time to provide drinking water for everybody. Because I bet we're going to start losing people, right? I mean, we can't afford to lose people. We just can't. Population statistics, we're kind of even this month in July. Last month was still net positive. So it looks like I got ahead of this problem before it became a really big concern. All right. As long as we get people working here, which I feel like we've still got more work to do on that front. I need to have maximum people here. And you know what? I'm betting you this 66, 67, whatever tons of water that we're moving here, right? Let's see, like, how much water do we really move when we get to maximum, right? I want maximum workers. Let's get maximum workers, or let's just do this. All right, come on. I need to fill this building. The happiness being low is a problem because of the water. So I need to fill the well. Come on. Fill it, fill it, fill it, fill it. Let's get more people working over here. We're going to have to split it up more like this. Does this mean people won't have a job? Maybe. But at least they'll have water. If you had to choose, you can only have one. Water or a job? Ah, so you've chosen water. Good. So we're able to move a maximum of about 9,708-ish, cubic meters of water. So that's good, but it's the maximum that this pipe can do. So we're getting very close to the maximum output of a big pipe. So what we need to do now is the second pipe that I've reserved to be constructed, we need to go ahead and turn that on and get the second pipe constructed so that even more water can flow into this building and be output appropriately. All right? Reservoir's filling up. Everyone can say they have water now. Happiness should go back up. Health didn't drop hardly at all, thankfully. So we're doing really well on health, and I'd like to keep going really well on health too. I think I covered pretty much everything I'd like to. If I remember something, I'll cover it in the next video, okay? So thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate you. I hope you guys will have a wonderful day. We got these two-way roads done. Started the video with that, and now we're going to keep this going. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.